Today I'm going to be reviewing these impact rated clamps from Dimide, so stick around to find out more and how you can get one. Not too long ago, Dimide reached out to me and they asked me if I'd be interested in doing a review on some clamps that they were going to be offering on Kickstarter. And of course I said yes, go ahead and send me some clamps. I'd be glad to do a review on them. And this is what they sent me. Now this clamp is kind of like a cant twist, but it's a little bit different because it's rated to handle an impact driver. So that means right here you can hook a 1/4 inch impact driver up to this clamp and it can handle the beating and the torque that the impact driver is going to give it. So that's what I've done here. I've hooked up my impact driver to this clamp, and as you can see, you can easily open and shut the clamp with the impact driver. And of course you don't need an impact driver to use these clamps. The clamps come with a little handle, and the handle has a little detent on it so that it doesn't fall out easily of the clamp, and that handle allows you to just manually tighten the clamp by hand if that's the way you want to do it. So let's try this clamp out. First I am going to clamp this piece of steel to my welding table using the clamp and an impact driver. Alright, so I've got the piece of steel clamped to my welding table, and I cannot even move this by hand, so it is on there tight. It is not going anywhere. If I hit it with a hammer, I can move it a little bit hitting it with the hammer, but it's safe to say that this thing has got it clamped pretty tight and it's not going anywhere. Now, one of the nice features about the clamp is that the impact driver will stay locked to the clamp, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing. If you're working on your workpiece and the impact driver is going to get in the way while you're welding or doing whatever it is you need to do to your workpiece, you can always get a little adapter or a socket, and then that way you can put the impact on and off and then get it out of your way while you're working on your workpiece. Another thing I like about this clamp is that it comes off just as easy as it goes on. Just that easy. So once you get it torqued on there, it's not impossible to get it off of your workpiece. Alright, so we already know that the clamp will hold the workpiece to the welding table with no problem, but what about a Fireball tool square? It is a little close on the clearance, so I'm going to hold one of these here at an angle, but it will do the job. And I have both clamps right here with the Fireball tool square. And so now I could weld this or do whatever it is I needed to do with my workpieces. Another nice feature of these clamps is that they are modular. That means they can be taken apart and modified, and that's easily done because everything is held in place using these detent pins. The same type pin that comes on the handle. It has a little detent so it won't fall out or be removed by accident while you're using it. But that makes it very modifiable. So the clamp can come apart. You can change the shoes that are in the clamp. So for instance, if you're working on a workpiece that can be easily scratched, you can switch to a softer metal like the aluminum shoes. Now unfortunately, there was a hole in the box when I got my clamps and one of these was missing, so it probably fell out in the hole. So I can't really hook that up, but the possibilities are endless on this clamp. I've seen a lot of good examples over on the Kickstarter page. They have several pictures and examples of how these clamps can be modified and all the different types of uses you can get out of the clamp just because it's modular. So here are some quick specs on the clamps. They have a maximum opening of 6 inches or 150 millimeters. Each one weighs about 2.8 pounds. They have a 2,500 pound load rating. Yes, they are modular. Yes, they are impact rated. And yes, they are made in the USA. So I really like these clamps. I like that modular feature, and I've got a whole bunch of ideas on how I can use these clamps and modify them for future making stuff projects. So I'm sure you're going to see these in a lot of future making stuff videos. The clamp is currently being offered on Kickstarter and the cost is $39, and I have a link to the Kickstarter page in the description of the video. So if you're interested in picking some of these up for yourself, be sure and head over to that Kickstarter page and check out all the details. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give me that big thumbs up. And if you aren't a subscriber, please consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you don't miss any upcoming Making Stuff videos. And thanks for watching.